This scenario doesn't really apply to me, YouTube, because in my case, you're sharpening your sword and keeping a low profile for me, so that by the time your sword's sharp enough, you can give me 25% of the blackmail proceeds that are going to come from all of my hard work and dedication here. And we wanted to keep a low profile, so that's working to perfection. But what I was going to say is, in some of these platforms, they're using algorithms to quail and sequester certain people's channels, right? So if you, let's say you're a conservative and you have a conservative channel, well, they'll set, not, I'm not saying YouTube does this, I'm saying big tech does this, right? So they'll set their algorithms to quail your channel. Now, some of these platforms pay money, right? So they monetize your videos and things like that with advertisements and things of that nature, right? Of course, YouTube does that, and well, there's other platforms that do that too, but YouTube's the biggest one that does that. Now, I'm not harping on YouTube here because I don't think YouTube uses the. I think the only algorithms that YouTube uses is the ones when the NSA calls them and says, "Hey," or the CIA says, "Hey, could you hurry up and censor that targeted individuals things because they're exposing our entire scheme to hack everybody's minds and turn them into dumb niggers." Uh, so that happened, and they actually censored the keyword targeted individuals. And the new age dumb nigger is a technocratic transhumanist, right? So basically, they hack your mind without your knowledge or consent and turn you into a dumb nigger, which is slavery, right? But what they're doing is, like, the progressive people, the progressive movement, and everybody like that, they'll actually amp up their channel and they'll get monetized on their YouTube channel, and they'll make a lot of money off of their YouTube channel. But the conservative person doesn't. So, just a word to the wise there, Susan. This is something you could get sued for. I'm not going to sue you because we're going to be partners after I get all of this straightened out. And like I said, your sword's going to be really sharp, and you're going to give me 25% of the blackmail proceeds that we get later down the road. And that's kind of the plan we're on right here. USOC will back you up on that. Don't worry about it. They're going to cut everybody's heads off for us, and when it's all said and done, it'll just be YouTube. There won't even be any mainstream media left. It'll be a whole new group of mainstream media because all of the people that are mainstream media will be dead, right? That's kind of what we're looking for here. So that's the end game. If you end up being the Texas Sphinx, like I was talking about, that's kind of somewhere what we're looking for right there. But in the one thing that could bite you on the ass right now is the equal opportunity. They're going to come after you for that later when you get ready to use your power play. So go ahead and have your lawyer start looking at this, have everything in place to know for sure later down on the road that they'll be able to settle for whatever they want, right? Because if they take it to court, you're going to be so wealthy you can just hire a team of lawyers and just blow them out of the water and you'll be prepared, is what I'm getting at. So later on down the road, when you get ready to strong arm everybody, you need to be ready for the equal opportunity play that they're going to use against you. And what they're going to say is you didn't provide an equal opportunity because it's a platform it's kind of like a employment platform, and there's some gray area that they left in there, and if you read between the lines and the fine print, your lawyers need to do that ASAP. They left it open to platforms that monetize. So what they can do is come back later, and that's going to be their back end to hold you hostage, because they can say, well, all of these people were being sequestered and quelled while you were amping up the progressive channels and you were sequestering the conservative channels, and you didn't give them an equal opportunity for employment, right? Because it's monetized. So just stick with me on this one. That is kind of not a good idea. I don't recommend that at all. I think everybody should have an equal right to have their voice heard, and the algorithm shouldn't have anything to do with it. But in the end, the means will justify the end. I've got all this sorted out, Susan. I mean, unbelievably. So, have your team of lawyers look into that and make sure you're prepared for that to happen, because they're scared you're going to get too much power and you're going to beat the media. And they're counting on this equal opportunity back end when the time comes when you do have too much power to be able to sue you into the Stone Age. Okay? So be working on that. All right? Seriously. It's going to come up later. I just wanted to give you a heads up on that.